Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever wondered if you could actually make a little extra money just by sharing your opinion online? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of paid survey sites in India to figure that out. I mean, there are so many of these websites promising you can earn cash just for your thoughts. But what's the real story? Is this a genuine side hustle, or is it just a massive waste of your time? Let's get into it.
Yeah, people call this kind of income beer money, just enough for some small extras. We're going to separate what's real from what's just hype and see what it really takes to make a few bucks online, and maybe more importantly, what the hidden catches are.
All right, so first things first, you need to know that the world of survey sites in India is huge. And believe me, they are not all created equal. So let's start by looking at some of the ones that are generally considered to be better. So here's a quick look at a few of the platforms that get a pretty good rep, like Tuluna India, YSense, and Top Surveys. What you'll notice is they have a few key things in common. Multiple ways to actually get your money, like PayPal or gift cards, and, this is a big one, a pretty low threshold to cash out. These are definitely the kinds of features you want to be looking for. Okay, but a chart only tells you so much, right? To really get what this experience is like, we need to zoom in. So we're going to do a deep dive on one really popular platform, the panel station. On paper, the whole idea is super simple. It's basically a matchmaker. It connects companies that need to know what you think with, well, you. The deal is supposed to be straightforward. You give your opinion, and they give you rewards. Sounds like a win-win. So that's the theory, but how is it supposed to work, according to them? Let's check out their official pitch. And here's the four-step process they lay out. Looks easy, right? You do a survey, you get points, you pile them up, and then you cash out for vouchers. Seems simple enough, but as you'll see, the devil is really in the details. And to their credit, they did try to tackle a huge complaint, waiting forever for your rewards. They announced this big upgrade, calling it instant redemption, with a whole no wait, no late promise. This was a really big deal for users. Now, this is where things start to get a little tricky. They use a dual currency system. You have reward points, that's the good stuff, the stuff you can actually redeem, but then there are coins, which are mostly for games. And here's the catch, it's a big one. Your valuable points can automatically turn into these less valuable coins if you're inactive. You really got to watch out for that. Okay, so that's the shiny official version. But what happens when real users actually get their hands on it? Well, the reality check, it tells a very different story. 2.4 out of 5 stars. Yikes. And this isn't from just a few people. This is based on over 1,400 reviews on Trustpilot. A score that low is a massive red flag that something is off between what's promised and what's delivered. And when you break down that score, it gets even weirder. It's completely polarized. You've got this huge chunk, 63%, giving it a perfect 5 stars. But then, look at the other side. A whopping 26%, more than a quarter of all reviews, gave it just 1 star. This tells you the experience is either great or it's absolutely terrible. And this is one of the biggest complaints you see over and over again. People's points get trapped in this in-review limbo for months on end. And the worst part? Sometimes they just expire and turn into those less valuable coins, all while you're just waiting. Oh, and this one is infuriating for people. You spend 15, maybe 20 minutes on a survey, giving them all this great data, and then right at the very end, a message pops up saying you didn't qualify, so you get nothing. It's a huge waste of time, and you hear about it constantly. Okay, but this one might be the most brutal. Imagine you finally earned enough points. You go to cash out, and boom, your account gets closed. No explanation. Everything you worked for is just gone. It's a total deal breaker. Yeah, this quote from a video review just nails the feeling, doesn't it? This sense of better luck next time. It makes you feel like your earnings aren't really yours, like they're not secure. The whole thing starts to feel more like a lottery than a side hustle. So, after all of that, what's the bottom line here? If you're in India and you're thinking about this as a way to make some extra cash, what do you really need to know? It really just boils down to this. The promise is this. Simple, easy way to earn rewards from your couch. But the reality, for way too many people, is a high-risk game where your points can vanish, you can't cash out, and your account might get shut down for no reason at all. So if you're still thinking about giving these sites a shot, any of them, here's a little checklist you should probably keep in your back pocket. Always, and I mean always, check recent reviews. Watch out for those confusing point systems. Remember, this is beer money, not a salary. And most importantly, if it starts to feel sketchy, just walk away. Your time is worth more than that. Which brings us to the final question. With all the time you have to put in and all the potential headaches, is this beer money even worth it? Ultimately, that's a question you have to answer for yourself. It really depends on how much patience you have. The opportunity is out there, sort of, but you've got to be super careful and ready for a pretty bumpy ride.